There is only one for me. Look, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to Melanin Majesty, where we talk about all things self-love, inner healing, and being our best selves as we journey through our human experience. Okay? What's up? What's up? What's up? If y'all new here, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell and join the clan. Join our community, okay? It's all about truth, love, and faith over here in this realm. All right. Well, what's up? I wanted to come on here real quick to just talk about how our current reality reflects our past in most situations, okay? And I'm gonna talk about this because I am, like I said, I'm on my journey, all right? And I get up and I intentionally choose me every day. I choose learning new things about myself. I choose to discover my inner child. I choose to discover what makes me happy, what keeps me in alignment to my destiny. And this is the process where I allow God to develop me in all ways. And it's building me up by encouraging me, by putting me in the places where I'm comfortable in discomfort, all right? But I was having a therapy session last week, but before that, I was just in this space of feeling like the victim, right? I was feeling like the victim, and I knew it was a teaching moment. I knew that it was a moment for me to see something, and I knew it was a moment that needed to be revealed to me. But I couldn't quite put my finger on it until I was having my meeting. And so, and it took this turn where I would always feel like the victim because I felt that I did not defend myself properly in certain situations that required, I feel like, more from me. I was always the friend. I was always the giver. I was always the person who was trying to fix things. I was always the person who tried to love people through their challenges. I always was the person who waited for people to become the friend that I needed them to be, even if they wasn't being who I needed them to be in the moment. And they could go with my past boyfriends, my husband, my family, and things of that nature. And I felt like a victim, and I needed to understand why. But as I've been discovering myself and uncovering the wounds of my childhood, I was initially silenced through my abuse, when I was sexually abused from my cousin. I was initially silenced, and I was in no way able to defend myself. Right? I felt stuck. I felt like somebody was hovering something over me. I felt like I did something wrong. That's when I initially locked myself in a prison, right? And then as time went on, there were certain issues that I would come across as a younger kid, an adolescent, early adulthood, that I felt like I could have said more. I could have been more physically aggressive and things of that nature. And I would lose sleep a lot of times because it wasn't that I did not feel like I wasn't capable of defending myself. I didn't want to hurt anybody. So I fought off the feeling to be physically violent, and I fought off the words to let them have it. You hear me? So I always watered down things to make other people feel comfortable when I was the one who had been betrayed or been disrespected or anything that falls in that lane. So that made me feel away. And I always felt like people got the better half of me when I was hurt. Okay, so of course that puts me in the victim seat. And when it was revealed to me in that way, I was like, wow. And I instantly got emotional because I was thinking I could have did more. I could have did more for myself. But when you think about it, that is not my heart posture. That is not my heart posture at all. And when I think about it, where we find to be weak within us becomes our strength if you're able to turn it around. Because I could have stayed in that victimhood. I could have stayed in that victim seat, and I could have continued to see it as a weakness that I didn't do more for myself. I didn't need to do more for myself. I wasn't supposed to do more for myself, because when you think about it, where would that have landed me? I was always a person of good intent. And to be honest with you, that's what my superpower is now. That's why I feel like I live such a liberated life, because of my intentions. And so when I look back, I never had wanted to hurt someone. I never would have wanted to hurt someone I love. So where we find to be weak is our strength. And so I recently had to, and this is my truth, this is me being transparent. I recently had to let go of someone I love dearly. And it was something that spiritually had to happen, and something that was difficult for me to do, but it was something that I knew I had to do because of where it would take me when we crossed paths. And so I brought that up in my meeting, and usually I could just disappear from people. Usually I could fall off the face of the earth and never speak to someone again. But I hold so much respect and love for this person in my heart. And my hope, if it's in alignment, that we could meet again. And if it's in alignment, build from there, right? But I was able to say, I love you, but I have to step away, right? And in that is strength. When you're able to do what your spirit tells you to do, when you're able to do the thing that keeps you in alignment to your purpose. Because you have to understand, when things bring out the worst in you, and I say this a lot, you're not in alignment. When you're constantly showering in guilt, shame, stress, negativity, anything that brings the worst out of you, you're not in alignment. And a lot of times we hold on to it. A lot of times we don't know when to let go. A lot of times we wait, like I used to do. I will wait until the person becomes the person I need them to be, or the person that I need them to be for me. You know what I'm saying? Not that they have to change for me, but I just wait. They'll get it together soon, will be my mindset. And so we have to no longer wait, because what if that person never changed? Or what if the vibrations never match, and you would have sacrificed your destiny, your inheritance for this relationship that never prospered in the way that is within the will of God or within the will of your highest self? You would have never prospered in that area, and you sacrificed a relationship for another human, choosing another human and not choosing yourself. And when you're not choosing yourself, you're not choosing God. You're not choosing the direction God has for you, because out of flesh, you need this thing over here. And that's when we come to idol people, because we're not willing to do what's best for us. We're not willing to do and listen to the gift that God gave us, the gift of discernment. We don't use it because it brings us discomfort to have to even think about explaining our departure. We have to have some type of proof to say, I can't stay because A, B, and C, and D. And so we sit around and we wait for proof to prove to the person that we need to separate from to leave. When sometimes you don't even know why you need to leave. You just feel it. And when you feel it, you must move. You must shift. it's not personal. I don't know if y'all listen to Tony Jones, but her music is based upon affirmations and things like that. So if you need a shift in changing your frequency about, you know, with the music that you listen to Tony Jones, and I can't think of his name right now. Maybe it'll come to me. But she said something very powerful in one of her songs. She said, it's not personal, it's vibrational. And if I'm choosing truth, faith, and love, and the people that's in my circle may be onto something else, then the vibrations aren't the same. Okay? And when the vibrations aren't the same, somebody in the group is going to be uncomfortable. Okay? And maybe both parties are uncomfortable because of the vibration change. But nobody's willing to say, look, this is uncomfortable for me. I'm tired of forcing it. Okay? And I need to back away. It's okay to do that, and you don't have to come up with a reason. It's just right now we are not in alignment, and that's okay. Look, let me tell you something. This is all a part about creating and getting to your destiny, listening and being true to who you are, true to what you feel. We aren't aligned. We're not aligning our lives based upon what we feel spiritually. We're lining them up based upon worldly things, based upon flesh, based upon the things that does not cater to us in a positive way. We're stuck on forcing, making two things that don't fit, and it don't fit. That's what they say. This is like putting a circle in a square, or a square in a circle. It's not gonna work. So when are you gonna make the choice to live for you, and in hopes that, you know, whatever the will is of God, that you may come back around. But for right now, for me, this thing is just not, you know, this thing moving. It's just not working. Okay? That is a part of the process. And this is just an example of listening to yourself. This is an example of when you feel discomfort going to your job, when you feel discomfort in your marriage, in your companionships, in your friendships, or just in an environment, a restaurant you walk in. Are you going to listen to that discomfort, or are you going to just force yourself to sit there? This process is teaching me to be courageous and to be brave and to be okay with the unknown. Being okay with the unknown. Let me tell you, I found out so much about myself, and it's building me. I know I'm being developed. Because as I'm studying, I'm learning that you have to be delivered and freed from the things that are holding you back, and that's keeping you from your true self, right? And it's keeping you from operating in love. And then you have to be developed, the stage where you are experiencing trials and challenges, and within those trials and challenges, you are seeking the Most High on direction on how to get through these challenges. Some people just sit in their challenges and they're not asking, what is the lesson? Some people are just sitting and at suffering after suffering after suffering because they don't know what questions to ask. They don't have a connection with their inner spirit, with their conscience, with God. And so people just are experiencing suffering every day. It's just negativity, not knowing that the cycle will continue to repeat itself until you be like, yo, why am I dealing with this again? You are the creator. Nothing changes until you change. Let me tell you, and this will be another video about my relationship with my husband. Nothing will change unless you change. If you want, and it's a sacrifice, and it can be a gamble. But at the end of the day, wouldn't you want what God wants for you? At the end of the day, wouldn't you want what your higher self wants for you? So when I took a bet on me months ago, a bet on my healing, a bet on my journey, not knowing that the frequency, the vibration would change within my relationship, he could have either stayed where he was, or he could have did what he did and was inspired by change. I took a bet because that was either gonna make us or break us. But I had to choose me. I could no longer idle nobody. I had to choose me. Because had I not chose me, I would have continued to water down the truth. I would have continued to, stroke ego. I would have continued to just live people pleasing other people. But it made my marriage. We didn't have a horrible relationship, but we wasn't walking in our truth. We wasn't authentically ourselves. And so we are in a space where we are getting to know the authentic versions of ourselves. And yes, we have to give each other grace as we give each other grace, but to be on this experience with somebody who is my soulmate, because he decided to say yes to him and yes to his healing. The things that we are building together is amazing, and be on the lookout for more information about that, because of course we gotta talk about it. Of course we gotta build a platform around that. Okay, but I'm gonna stop it here because I don't want to get too long. I've been lost you. Hopefully I didn't lose you. But yes, you are the creator of your reality, and you have to know that sometimes challenges show up in your current reality to reflect your past, things that you haven't healed from in your past. So you have to be mindful within your challenges to ask, why this challenge and what lessons do I need from this so that I can heal from it, and be aware of what triggers me, be aware of the thing that my mind have forgot but my body still remember. So just be mindful. Nothing happens for no reason. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is spiritual. Everything is spiritual. Okay, so connect to that part of yourself. Connect to that part of yourself. All right. Okay. Look, I got a couple things coming up. My self-love circles. The next one is April 19th, I want to say. April 19th, 4 Central Standard Time, on via Zoom. It's free. I have a Run to God seminar coming up with my brother, David Reed, on April 28th in Memphis, Tennessee. Okay, in Memphis, Tennessee on April 28th, and I think that'll be at 7. I will post the links in my description. And if you're in the Clarksville area, we have a Juneteenth, and I have the information too. I don't have everything down to the detail, but I will have my table set up with my beautiful self-love bracelets and what services I will be offering as well. So send me good love and light and peace as I send it to you. And I hope that you continue on your journey to choosing you. All right. And create that foundation. Create that foundation. All right, y'all. I love you. Go be love, go be light, go be peace, so that you may receive love, light, peace. Peace.